Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I was thinking about that I'm going to talk about what it means to live with anorexia. I have made another video about my eating disorder, so if you haven't seen it I will link the video down in the description, so make sure to check it out. Before I start the video I just want to make it clear that I'm not just talking for myself. Eating disorders are really hard to talk about, and I'm talking for everybody who's going through the same thing. And for you who don't have an eating disorder and never had it and don't really understand it, I want to explain it so hopefully you will be able to understand how it is for us who's suffering with it. What does anorexia mean? Well, easy said, basically anorexia means that you're starving yourself. And for me it started about 1.5 years ago when I went on a diet, and when a month had passed I just couldn't stop the diet. The reason why I couldn't stop the diet was because I'm afraid of that I'm going to gain the weight that I lost during the diet. So that's basically how my eating disorder started. Everyone got different stories about how their eating disorder started, but everyone has a story about their eating disorder, how the eating disorder is and how it's affecting them. And if you're looking at all these stories, most of the stories are gonna end up being almost exactly the same, because eating disorders like anorexia is affecting people in the same way. I'm not really experienced in other eating disorders than anorexia, so I'm not really gonna try to go in and explain about other eating disorders. All I know is that all kind of eating disorders are extremely dangerous, and if you have it or are afraid that you have an eating disorder, it's really important that you talk to someone. And it's really important to understand it. When you've got an eating disorder, you're not just dealing with that eating disorder, you also usually deal with a depression, usually a really strong depression. Eating disorders and depressions are working really well together, and they are triggering each other up. For me, my eating disorder isn't just an illness. My anorexia is just like another person who's trying to control me and trying to take over me. I'm not really good at explaining things, but I'm gonna do my best. I've been suffering from depression for over 10 years because of school. Now after I got my eating disorder, my depression have gotten so much worse. I can't deal with stress at all. As soon as I feel a little bit pressured, I can break down crying because I can't deal with it. I get panic attacks over the smallest thing. Before I got my eating disorder, I never ever got in panic attacks, and I could deal with stress, but now I just can't. And all of this is because I don't eat. My body is in a so-called starving state, and when I don't get the energy that my body needs, I don't have the energy to be able to deal with things. Like stress is one thing. When you have an eating disorder, your body shuts down everything that your body doesn't necessarily need to be able to survive. And the reason why the body is doing this is because it's trying to use as less energy it needs, so it will last longer for the organs in your body that needs it the most. For me, my depression is really bad when I haven't ate anything, because I get really low blood sugar and I get really depressed of that. But my depression is even worse when I do eat, because then I just don't have the depression to deal with. Then I also have the anorexia to deal with that is asking me what the hell I'm doing. Why am I eating? Why am I doing that? Why the hell am I trying to eat? When my depression is really bad, I know that my anorexia is working together with it, because I'm not myself at all. At this stage, I am my biggest enemy. I am fully aware of how skinny I am today. Even if I don't see it with my own eyes, I know it, because I am not my anorexia. My anorexia is like a whole other person. Luckily for me, I have a really strong soul, and I've always been able to deal with bullies and hard time, and I'm not gonna let this take me down. I am a really happy person who loves to make people around me smile. I love to be out and hang out with my friends, and I really do love myself. But my anorexia is trying to tell me things about myself that isn't true. Like making me believe that I'm not wanted, making me believe that I'm not beautiful, making me believe that people around me hate me. That is technically what my anorexia and what my depression works with together. The depression and the anorexia is like triggering each other, and they're trying to take me down. And I'm gonna say that I'm so proud of myself and of who I am. I am not gonna let this eating disorder take me down or try to get me to hate myself, because I don't. What I want to have said with this is, don't listen to your eating disorders, because your eating disorder and depression is wrong when they tell you things. So if you feel that your eating disorder is trying to take you down, trying to tell you things, try to break free from the grip and say no, because your eating disorder and all the things that your eating disorder and depression is telling you, like I said, it's all wrong. You are perfect and amazing just the way you are. And to always remember that. I know it's not easy, but I know you can do it. For you who don't have an eating disorder and don't really understand it, I know it's not easy to understand it, but if you do know someone who suffered with it, then it's really important to try to understand them, because your friend needs your support. An eating disorder is nothing that disappears just as fast as it comes. It can take years to recover from an eating disorder. It's nothing that goes that quick. It takes time. Also, what's really important to know, if you know someone with an eating disorder, it's really important to try to understand how they feel. When you have an eating disorder, it's really easy to forget things, because all you think about is food. All the things your brain is making you think about is food. Nothing else than food. As an anorexic, I really want to say that I'm so proud of you all who's going through this. You all are so strong, and it's not an easy illness. It's really, really hard to deal with it, because as I said, it's not just the anorexia or whatever eating disorder you have, it's also depression. There's so much going around, and it's also hard to deal with, but I'm so proud of you all who's doing it. You all are amazing and true inspirations. I have a friend in England who have gone through an eating disorder for so many years, but I can see how hard she's working with getting better, even though it's taking her down and she has her days when she's really upset and things are going really bad. I can see how hard she's working. She's a true inspiration. If you see this, you know I'm talking about you, okay? One lad girl, you're awesome. And I also want to say to you that you have inspired me a lot, and I wouldn't be able to go through this or do this video without your support. So I just want to thank you for that, and just know that I'm always here for you. Also, now when I make this video, I want to recommend a good drink that my doctor recommended for me. This is a drink that is meant for medical reason, and it's called 4-Timer Energy. When you have an eating disorder and don't get the energy that your body needs, you can drink this one, and you will get the energy and some of the nutrients your body need to be able to keep going. So this drink is really, really good. It doesn't give you enough energy or enough nutrients, but it gives you a bit of it, and it's still better than nothing. So if you have an eating disorder and it's really hard for you to try to get better and try to start to eat again, this is a really good thing to start with. What's really, really good with this is that it's really easy to drink. It comes with a straw here, and if you don't want to drink it all at the same time, you can drink a sip once an hour, and then like leave it for an hour, take another sip, leave it for another hour, or whatever. And then just as you drink once like one of these drinks a day, it doesn't really matter how fast you drink it, just as you get it down. You can take as much time as you want to drink it. So what's also good with it is that it comes in different flavors. I love this one that is vanilla flavors. There are also strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor, and there's also strawberry and raspberry flavor. but I like this vanilla flavor. It tastes exactly like vanilla ice cream. So if you have an eating disorder, I recommend you to talk to your doctor about this drink and ask if you have it in your country. If you don't have exactly this drink, then just ask for another drink that is for energy and nutrients. Also, I want to say that if you're suffering with an eating disorder, just always remember that you're not alone. But always know how amazing you are and that I'm really proud of you. I know how it is to have an eating disorder because I've gone through this for over a year now, and it's really not easy to get better. It's really not easy to fight it. And I have my days when I just want to break down and don't even want to try. I just want to give up because I feel like there's no use. But don't give up. Don't do it. So I think that we should make a deal. We will beat this disorders together. All of us. We do this together. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Okay? We're gonna beat this eating disorders asses together, okay? We can do this. Let's shake hands on that. And I also want to say that if any one of you feel that you need someone to talk to, I will be here for you all. So I would link my email address in the description, and if you need to talk to someone about eating disorders or anything, wants advices, you can always email me. Also, if you go through depression or something like that, you can also email me. I will always be here for you and give you advices and things like that. So if you want to email me, then you will find my email address in the description. And also to always remember, everything your eating disorder and depression is telling you is wrong. Don't listen to it. You are amazing and beautiful just the way you are, and you're so strong. And I know you can do this. Don't let this eating disorder take you down. You can do this. I know you can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!